today I have a lower day. There's also a bench variation in there, but as you know, if you've watched my previous videos, I do a bench variation 4 to 5 times a week. So I'll pop that in there really quick. It's only 3 sets of 10 reps, so it should go pretty fast. So starting it off with good mornings, I always warm up with the bar. My stance for these is the same stance that I take for deadlifts, same stance that I take for squats. If you're unsure what that stance would be for you, go and watch a video where we talk about squatting for the first time. You just want to do a vertical jump, and wherever you land, that would probably be a comfortable stance for you. So that's what works for me. Where I put the bar a little bit lower on my back. I don't like to carry it in a high bar position, mainly because as you're hinging, I don't like the feeling of the bar riding up on my neck when it's a little bit lower. I can put my elbows in my back pocket and I feel that the bar stays very sturdy. So let's get started. I am on week 1 of the program. I'm doing power building. So if you've been following, I was on JuggerCube and I did that all the way up through like the first week of the peak, but because I'm not competing, I don't want to peak right now. I don't want to have to do singles. So I went ahead and I reset my program and I'm back on power building. So yeah, week 1 didn't take me very long, like I said, to get to this top set because on week 1, the weight's not insanely heavy. So. So felt pretty good. Main thing that I like to make sure that I'm doing when I'm doing good mornings is I'm walking it out the same way that I walk out my squat. That's with a 1, 2, get the feet set. I'm taking my air in, setting my, 360 breathing, making sure that I'm as big as possible here. As I'm hinging back, I'm still holding my breath and I'm going down as far as my mobility will allow. So if this starts to happen, you've gone too far. I make sure that I'm feeling that tension through the hamstrings and the glutes, bringing it up, and that's when I release the air and take in more air. An easy way to make sure that you're getting consistent range of motion is to do it inside of a rack, setting the pins, and then getting to the pins and coming back up. This way you can start lowering it as you gain more mobility. It's one way to track your progress and make sure that you're getting more mobile over time and to always be consistent with your range of motion. So, if you guys are ever stuck in traffic for long periods of time, I love audibles and podcasts, but I just found dramatic reading audibles.
Graphic audio, a movie in your mind.
Which I don't know why I never thought that was a thing before, but I cannot stress to you enough how entertaining those are. And before somebody says, oh, you're just listening to smut novels. No, I am not. Fantasy, dramatic reading novels on Audible are freaking amazing. I 100% suggest checking those out, especially if you commute a lot. I'm usually stuck in traffic sometimes, LA traffic, hour, 20 minutes. So that's been a lifesaver for me. Honestly, I don't even know how I've gotten from point A to point B sometimes because it has music, it's got actors that are reading the books, and you are literally transported to wherever that book is taking you, especially if you listen to the, I was about to say read, but I'm not reading it, especially if you listen to the dramatic reading ones. It's pretty amazing. So I had 5 back down sets. This is my second one. So significantly lighter weight, 55 kilos for the back downs. Feeling pretty good. There was a time when my back was hurting so much that the thought of doing anything bent over like this was excruciating to me, but through doing all my rehab stuff, staying consistent with warming up, working with pay, it's really cool to be able to get back to doing the things that before you would kind of dread. So excited about that. Not excited about setting up deadlifting after this, but beauty about a garage gym is after I set it up, I could just leave it there for another day. So, okay. Am I wearing Birks? Yes, because I had deadlifts today. I didn't have shoes to match the fit. So yes, keeping it old school, 90s, Birks with socks. I'm gonna take them off, don't worry. I know you guys are used to seeing me in J's, but not today. So normally you guys know I warm up doing RDLs, but I just did good morning. So I'm gonna jump right into my sets. I have 2 sets of 6 with 110 kilos. So it should be pretty fast to get to that top set. I have to move this over. I don't like my feet being in a crack. I don't know if you guys are superstitious or just get weirded out, but I don't like if I walk something back and like my foot was standing over a crack right now, and it bothers my eyes. 2 sets of 6. See how it feels. Wipe the crumbs off my feet. Felt pretty easy. Since a lot of people comment on my stance and how close it is, I just kind of wanted to show you where my hands are on the bar. I'm using, it's still a 20 kilo bar, but it doesn't have the center knurling here because that's on my bench right now and I just don't want to take it off. But typically when I set up to deadlift, that center knurling is about right here. I put my feet kind of right outside of that. So when you're deadlifting, you want to make very long arms. So if I was to make very long arms and keep it right next to my legs, you'll see that I don't have very much of my hand on the knurling. I'm grabbing it right here. So most of my hand is actually on the smooth part of the bar. It has always been like that when I deadlift because my stance is a little bit more narrow. I have never had a problem with grip. I've never dropped a deadlift in a meet. So just keep that in mind if you're smaller. Your hand, if you're taking a narrow stance, your hands don't necessarily need to be all on the knurling because you'll see that big gap between my leg and my grip. And to keep the lats really tight and to make longer arms, because people with longer arms typically have a stronger deadlift, you may have to have some of your hand on the smooth part of the bar, which is also why I am a chalk whore. That's why I use a lot of chalk. It does help me keep my hand on the bar. I also have smaller hands. I'm not able to effectively hook grip, which is where you grab your thumb, which would probably make my grip stronger given that most of my hand is on the smoother part of the bar. But just keep that in mind if you're smaller and your stance is a little bit more narrow like mine, that it is actually okay to have some of your hand on the smooth part of the bar. You're just gonna have to hold it tighter, train your grip a little bit more, and you'll be fine. A quick bench intermission here. So have 3 sets of 10 Spoto. This is gonna be very fast because, like I've said before, when you have a lot of bench days, when you've increased your bench frequency, you wanna make sure that you have variations in there so that you're managing your load. Since it's a feet up Spoto, my working weight is 52.5 kilos for 3 sets of 10. So let's get to it. I will still warm up with the bar and then probably just jump straight to that working set. Okay, set 1 here, I'll spare you all 3 sets, but I do want to say when you are doing Spoto press, you want to bring it down as fast as you can and then kind of quickly stopping an inch above your chest and holding it there for a pause and then continuing the bench. A lot of times I see people that come down really fast and then they just keep benching. They don't hold that pause there. So you want to make sure that you're staying very tight. You're almost catching the weight and then pressing it back up. Next up, I have heel elevated goblet squats. If I had if I was in a commercial gym, I would probably opt to do like maybe a leg extension, something that I don't have access to in my garage gym, because if you haven't noticed, I kind of circle through like the same exercises block after block, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's ways to add variation to that, doing tempos, pausing at the bottom, doing one and a half reps. So you can always add variation if you have a limited equipment. But yeah, if you have access or you go to a commercial gym, you can get away with a lot more there. Hopefully these shoes don't fail me here. A lot of crunching today. I don't know if the mic's picking that up. Doesn't hurt. Usually I have headphones or music on, so it drowns out any possible problems there. Okay, 2 more sets of that. And then I have a hip banded RDL, and I believe that's it. So this is going pretty quick. One thing you'll notice in Powerbuilding, even in powerlifting in the app, is it'll give you, like on this, I have 2 sets with 3 to 4 reps in reserve. Meaning, once I've inputted what my 10 rep max is, which I don't know what my 10 rep max is for dumbbell RDLs, I put my best guesstimate in the app. This way it's gonna spit out a weight for me to use on week 1, which is 40 pounds. So that being said, my weight is 40 pounds with 3 to 4 reps in reserve. It is week 1. So you want to make sure that as you're going along, you're reminding yourself, I'm in week 1, I'm not in week 4. This isn't the week right before a deadlift where you want to overreach a little bit more. So 40 pounds, I have 2 sets. First set I did 10, felt like I could have done 3 or 4 more. Next set, maybe I only do 9, and that's how reps in reserve work. Okay, I lied. I thought hip banded RDLs was the last thing that I had, but I should have remembered. Stupid Powerbuilding. I have single leg calf raises, which honestly, I hate doing calves. I should have just done these first because I don't know. It's very easy for me. It's very easy for me to skip this exercise, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because it's written down. And I'm probably gonna regret it. Oh my God, these suck. Don't look at my calves. I hate, obviously you can tell, I hate doing them, but I only have 2 sets. Those were bad. Good thing I have socks to cover them up. Okay, another workout in the books. Only took me 1 hour and 10 minutes, and that's with the yapping, procrastinating on putting the weights away, but got it done. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you want to see anything specific, any exercise specifically broken down, go ahead and write that in the comments below. Aside from that, as you know, if you want to join the best community, I've said it a million times, go to JuggernautAI.app. You get 2 weeks free. We have new updates that are going to be coming pretty soon, so make sure that you check that out. And if you guys didn't see my Instagram post, Mother's Day is coming up, make sure you check out this hoodie. Mighty Mamacita, anyone can wear it, and I think it's pretty cute. If you get a hoodie, make sure you size up. There's also tank tops in there. Maybe I'll put it on a mug as well, except printable mugs, I don't know. They just aren't the best to me, but anyway, check that out as well, and we'll see you guys next time.